There are so many different appeals to this movie. That was definitely one of them. The idea of taking all of these actors who ended up, because they cast it so well, being so perfect for the part and great, and putting them in a sort of pressure cooker environment of one warehouse. It was such a fun script, and I love the idea of working with Ben. So it all seemed like a great idea to me.
At one point I was like, should I be laughing or should I be quiet?
Both.
You should be, yeah.
One eye laughter, the other eye tears.
There's rarely nowadays, I feel, filmmakers rely on pure story to entertain. You know, we have so many special effects. Not that it's a bad thing, but I feel like sometimes it could take over. And here I feel like it relied purely on the story and the characters themselves. Tell me a little bit about more, because I was even reading that you loved the 70s and you wrote it in the 70s, but it also just to strip the characters away from technology and just to give them that extra.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a bit of a problem in general with thrillers because of the phone. You know, it just ruins everything. So you know, even down to horror movies as well. It's like you can imagine like the teenagers going past the woods and going, "Oh, should we cut through the woods?" Oh no, wait a minute. Oh no, people died there. Oh, and there was a witch there as well, and something else terrible happened. TripAdvisor says don't go in the woods, you know. So and you don't want that scene in a film because it's dull, you know. And otherwise you've got this whole thing of people going, oh yeah, let's go and do this arms deal down by the docks, and then have to have a long scene going, oh, have you got reception? No, I haven't got reception.
Oh, my battery
phones
just died.
Definitely don't work now, you know. So yeah, it would have made for a very short film if we'd have set it in contemporary period.
Now tell me about that gunplay. How much fun was it? I mean, I was reading also there's about 6,000 rounds of ammunition shooting at one point. I mean, how intense? Was there a lot of training, or did you guys just...
The training for it was really funny. We show up in Brighton and we go to the warehouse where we're going to shoot this movie, and we go to an upstairs room in the warehouse, and there on the table are all the guns, and they go, okay, these are the guns, this is how you load it, this is a bullet, this is the thing. Anyone want to try to shoot their guns? And I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. And they go, okay, here's your bullet. They put a blank in there, they put it in, they rack it for me, they hand it, and I go, bang, and I just fire into an empty corner of the warehouse. I go, great, thank you very much. Any other questions? And that was basically the end of our training.
But I think that thing when you watch you might watch the extras on a DVD of a film, and all the actors have gone off with special forces to do like 10 months of training, and they're all super cool and really good with weapons, which is not what this film's about. You know,
right.
the film's about pretty much untrained people firing guns, which does lead to not much fun for them.
Yep.
But for us,
a lot of fun for us.
Yeah.
Tell me about working alongside Mr. Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, you know, it was a dream for me. You know, basically, I don't think I'd have been a director if it hadn't been for watching Taxi Driver when I was far too young. So yeah, and I'd kind of when he shot Hugo in the UK, and while he was there, he was interviewed by a newspaper, and they said, "Oh, what have you been doing in the evenings?" And he was like, "Oh, I've been watching local filmmakers' stuff because obviously he's interested in all manner of filmmaking." And he said he'd seen a film that I'd made, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's incredible!" So I talked to my agent and said, "Oh, is there any chance I could get to meet him?" And it kind of went from there. So yeah, it was great.
And working alongside this badass Brie Larson.
It was fantastic. I mean, it was a lot of fun because it all just became one group, and I gotta say, Brie in a lot of ways was sort of like a den mother. She was making sure everything stayed pretty safe, but also she was really kind of like the social chair.